What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Jacob here from Brochet, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how you can take your app to the next level using AI and ChatGPT. Now, the goal of this video is I'm going to be showing you how you can use if statements to show secondary views if your primary view is empty. And what I mean by that is, let's take for instance Instagram. On Instagram, if you don't have any post, it shows a little picture of a camera and saying no post yet, meaning you have to go post. And if you do have post, it just shows the post grid view. So that's what I mean by using if statements. We're gonna go ahead and implement that using ChatGPT. So with that said, let's go ahead and hop into code and I'll show you how to do it. Okay, so jumping straight into the app, if we go ahead and look at the profile view, as you can see, there are no actual posts here. So it's empty, it's just a search bar, and this is what we're trying to fix. If there are no posts here, I want to show something to let the users know they haven't liked any posts. And then same thing here with the bookmark. I want to show something so they know, hey, there aren't any posts here. Because sometimes you may not have Wi-Fi, right? Or a bad connection, and you wouldn't know if your posts just aren't loading in or if you just don't have any posts. So I'll show you what it looks like if there are posts. Of course, if there are posts, they're going to just show up here in the post grid view. But if there are no posts, we want to show a different view so they know that they don't have any posts and need to go like some posts. So let's go ahead and hop into the code that involves this, and then we're going to copy and paste our current code in the ChatGPT, and then we're going to give it some context and what we're actually wanting to achieve, and Chat's going to help us get this solved. Okay, so jumping straight into the code, we're going to want to go to the profile view. That's what I just explained to you guys. And we're going to want to copy and paste all this code, and we're going to put it in ChatGPT. But before I do that, I want to go ahead and give you a little rundown of what you actually saw on the screen. This profile header view, that had everything. You saw the profile picture and everything, and the name and the bio. That's what this is in this scroll view. And then the profile filter view is what had the heart, the bookmark, and then the little map pin. That's what this view is. And then what we want to look at is this Brochet view, and this Brochet view is down here. This is what displays the post grid view, what you saw, all the individual posts. I have them here, and I have it on an actual switch self to certain cases, which I have the likes as the heart, the bookmark, so they all switch. So what we're going to be dealing with is this post grid view here for the like post, and then this post grid view here for the bookmarked post. And we're going to want to implement code here that either says, if the post grid view is empty, show this. And then if the post grid view is not, else show the actual post grid view. So that's, in a sense, what we're going to be getting done today. So we're going to go ahead and copy and paste all of this code and throw it into ChatGPT. Okay, so with ChatGPT open, we're going to throw this code in here, and let's go see if we need any other code. So going back, current profile view, post grid view. With the configuration. So I'm going to go ahead and actually go up to my post grid view. I'm going to add it just for context so ChatGPT understands what our post grid does. Add a line underneath it. Do that. Now let's go back to our code. What else are we going to want? We're going to want the search config. So this config here, as you can see, it configures basically if it's liked post or bookmarked post. This code deals with that. So I have a configuration that gets initialized here. And let's go look at that configuration. Okay, so I found it. The post grid configuration. We're going to also want to throw this in here so Chat has an understanding of how we're fetching the user's liked post and how we're fetching the bookmark post. It's going to want to know all this context so it can give you the best way to solve the issue at hand. So let's just take this and let's throw it in ChatGPT. So now with all of this thrown in the ChatGPT, we now need to give, it has the context, we now need to describe what we want to do with the context at hand. So let's formulate a sentence, and then I will go ahead and read it to you, and then we're going to submit it and see what Chat gives us. Okay, so the question I ended up asking was, okay, so I want to have the ability to show text that says you have no liked posts when the post grid for liked posts is empty for that specific user. how can I implement this using if-else statements to show the different view or text when it's empty? So ChatGPT went ahead and responded. Since I gave it the context of the PostGrid view, it tells me in the PostGrid view you need to make these changes, and it shows me this if post is empty, else show the PostGrid view. Because currently all we have is this PostGrid view, so we added that if statement fairly simply. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste this into my code. If it has the desired outcome, we can then go ahead and try to change it and implement it, make it look a little bit more fancy rather than just having text. And then if it's not the desired outcome, I'm going to have to go ahead and recopy all the code, what I have, and then tell ChatGPT, okay, give it more specifics so it can give me the final results. So I just ran the code, and as you can see, it went ahead and now you have no liked post. So it's kind of the desired outcome, but if we go ahead and move over to our bookmark post, you can see you have no liked post. So it's the same thing. So we want to make it a little bit different, where we're going to have to change it for each case. So if it's, or we can either put it in, if this case is empty for the case being liked, show this text. If the bookmark case is empty, so we're going to have to implement somehow a way for our app to differentiate if the liked post is empty, the bookmark posts are empty, or your post is empty. So let's go ahead and tell ChatGPT, okay, it's working, but it's not working all the way, basically. Okay, so there are a couple things I changed in the meantime, and I'll show you what I had to ask. So this was the initial question. As you guys saw, when it said no post, we got the text to show. You saw the search bar was still there, so I ended up asking, can we make it show the post that is empty text by itself? Basically, I don't want the search bar to be there. And it gave me this line of code, and this was the same code essentially. So it didn't actually fix the issue. So I had to go back and ask, no, I didn't want this. I don't want the search bar to stay fixed at the top. So you can see it didn't really give me the right answer, and I have to keep asking. And then as you can see here, it tries to add this scroll view, lazy view, is post empty. It's not, I know this isn't going to work. I don't have to go test it just because I can understand the code. But as you can see, it's not giving me the desired outcome. So I have to ask again, no, I want the search bar to stay only if there are posts. And then here, this looks to be somewhat correct. So I'm going to go ahead and implement it. It's saying if the post is empty, is not empty, that little exclamation part means not. If the post is not empty, it's gonna basically it's saying if there are posts, show the search bar. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this implemented and see if it's working now. All right. Okay, so you guys can see I went ahead and added that line of code from chat saying if the post is not empty, meaning if the post is not empty, show the search bar. So let's go ahead and throw up the simulator and let's see if it's working. Go over here and boom, look at that. It is now working. The search bar is gone, and let's go ahead and check if there are posts down there. Boom, our search bar is there. So that is working wonderfully. Now, with that little hiccup gone, let's go ahead and see if we can go ahead and get the desired outcome for saying you have no post, you have no liked post, and then you have no bookmark post, and then you have no post. So that is our goal now. Let's go ahead and see if chat can help us with that. Alrighty guys, so now that we have it working, we want to now implement the feature where it says you have no liked post, you have no bookmark post, or you have no post. So it's specific for that configured case, because we have the PostGrid view for liked post, bookmark post, and a user's post. So we should be able to put it in and have the specific text if there are no posts for that specific PostGrid view. So what I did is I said, okay, it's working fine, although I have a different PostGrid views. I have 3 different PostGrid views. One for liked posts, one for bookmark posts, and the last one for a user's post. How do I get the text to align so it says you have no liked post, or you have no bookmarked post, or you have no post? So basically, I'm giving it the context, and I'm telling it what I need it to do. So let's see what chat goes ahead and gives us back. Alrighty, and look at that. ChatGPT gave us the best possible solution. So what it did is it created a variable called noPostMessage, and it's a string. And then it's going to configure and switch with all our different cases. So let's see. with all the different cases. You have no liked posts, you have no. So this is perfect. It's a string, and we can change it to be an image as well. We can add a no post image as well, and we can add that a little bit later if we want to configure it, but this is perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and get it added, and we'll see if it's working to our desired outcome. And then if you look at our code down here, the text is now this no post message variable that we're gonna add up top. So this looks clean, it looks very professional, and let's go ahead and get it added. We go over here, you have no liked post, that's working. And look at that, guys, you have no bookmark post. So creating that little variable and having the switch self to the actual configured cases that we already established works perfectly. And then if we go and look at your post, you can see we have posts, so that message isn't going to be there, but I know it's working because if it's working on the bookmark post, it should be working on the rest of them. So that is working perfectly. I might change a couple of things where if you see you have no bookmark post, it's a little bit too close to it. So I'm going to add some padding so it goes a little bit further down and just touching it up. And I may even add an image for specific cases too. So I might add a heart and I might add a bookmark for the cases, and then maybe just a little camera sort of similar to Instagram. And other than that, this is looking really good and top tier professional. So let me go ahead and just hop in, add these changes, and I'll show you. And just like that, just giving ChatGPT context and asking it what you want it to do within an hour. I did this, if I didn't have if I wasn't recording this video, I could have done it in under an hour. And it's things like this, if you have no previous knowledge and you just give it enough context for however basic your app is, you can make your app go from being amateur to professional so quick, and a lot of features you can add, just give it that top-notch qualities. Alright, and just like that, I went ahead and made the final touches. I added the image like I said I was going to do, and I added just some padding. And let's take a look at the final results. As you can see, I now have an image there, and I have you have no liked post, you have no bookmark post, and this is working exactly how I like it. With that done, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys and explain the code a little bit more in depth. So if you want to add something like this yourself, you have an idea of what's going on here. So if you take a look at our post grid, we have this post grid configuration, and that is defined in the post grid view model. And what this is each case. So we have cases where we want to catch a post grid, which are posts for the profile, but we also have it for a user's liked post, so it displays only posts that people have liked, and then the post that people is only bookmarked. So that's our post grid configuration, and it's an enumeration. And what that allows us to do is set it as a config here, this configuration, this post grid configuration, which we then can call for in these different instances. So for liked post, for the images, these posts to appear for liked and stuff, but it also allows us to do stuff like this, which is what we just added. So we made a variable called post image, no post message, and that's the one you have no liked posts. And we're able to set it for each case. So when we change it for the different cases, it went ahead and changed along with it on itself. So it's something that SwiftUI allows you to do. It makes coding so much more easier and just convenient. This code is looking very professional, very good. It makes the app just look that much better when you have stuff like that, letting your user know what's going on, like if there's no post, rather than just being a blank empty screen. Alright, so that's going to be it for this video today. I hope you guys find it very useful. I hope you guys learned how to use ChatGPT to incorporate these small features that just make your app that much more better. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them down in the comments. You can reach out to me. I can answer any of the questions. I'm trying to do a lot more videos like this, so if you guys need help with anything, go ahead and leave them down below. But that is it for this video. Take it easy.